KD9MED, K9MED, K9G-sharp. What is your situation over there? Is everything okay with your pizza, and are you ready to go? Okay, I'll be calling the net in exactly 5 minutes. You go ahead and eat that pizza. Talk to you in a few minutes. K9G-sharp, be clear. Good evening, everybody. It's 8 o'clock. And welcome to the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford. My name is Jim. My call is K9GCR. I'm located near Freeport. I'll be your host this evening. The purpose of having this net is what the name implies, have fun. This is what this hobby of amateur radio is all about, in addition to providing emergency communications if when situation warrants. A secondary purpose of this net is providing an on-air meeting place for all amateur radio operators. Everybody is welcome to check in. You do not have to be a member of any club, organization, group, or association to participate in this net. All you need is a valid FCC license. This net meets each and every Friday evening at 8 p.m. This repeater is a PL 114.8 plus offset. You need to have that programmed into your radio in order to have access to the repeater. For those of you who may be using older radios that do not have PL capability, or if the PL on your radio is not working properly, you can check in the Friday Night Fun Net by using the repeater output frequency, the straight 255 subplex. If I hear you, I will nod you and check you into the net. This is the Friday Night Fun Net for Friday, May 12, 2023. This net is being live streamed on the internet and recorded for future replay on the Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page. Mike, K9MED in Rochelle, is doing the honors. For those of you who are listening in on the internet, if you wish to check in on the internet like you usually do, and Mike, K9MED, will in turn relay your internet checking to me via the radio. Also, if you're out in the sticks, you can hear the repeater, but you can't get to it due to conditions. You're too far away from it, or you don't have internet access. Give me a call on the Friday Night Fun Net Central Hotline, area code 815-232-FN. 232-3636, local Freeport number. I'll take your check in over the phone. We'll try to check it on the radio first of all possible. Okay, here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to take short time remote stations. If you got family business to attend to, you better concentrate your driving. If you got something else going on that you can't stay with the net, I'll take your check-ins. If you have traffic, we'll do your traffic right away. After we get done with short time remote stations, we'll do general check-ins. First, I'll take general check-ins from northern Illinois. Next, I'll take general check-ins from southern Wisconsin. After that, we'll take general check-ins from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin. When you check in the net, state whether or not you have traffic. Your traffic consists of breakfast, bike rides, marathons, or handfests. We had a big handfest this past Sunday. I understand it was a big success. This is K9GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford, transferring from Friday Night Fun Net Central here in Freeport. Okay. Like I said, after that, we'll take general check-ins. First, we'll take general check-ins from northern Illinois. Next, we'll take general check-ins from southern Wisconsin. After that, we'll take general check-ins from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin. When you get done, when you check in, state whether or not you have traffic. Oh, I already did that. Okay. Okay, we'll do our features. We'll do our Friday Night Fun Net tech corner. If you have any technical questions, what kind of an antenna do you want to put up on your tower? Are you having a problem with your power supply or amplifier? What kind of a radio do you want to buy? Base, mobile, let's see, all mode or DMR or any of the digital radios or something like that. So if you have any technical questions, please feel free to ask them. We'll do our best to answer them for you. Then we'll have the Friday Night Fun Net DX corner. Did you make any DX contacts? I did last weekend. If you have any DX reports, please pass them along if you would, please. We would love to hear from them. Then we'll have our Wednesday evening swap net. What am I seeing here? We'll have our swap net portion. If you have an item to buy, sell, or a trader want, relay times to ranch radio or computers, we'll definitely do that. The topic this week, what are you going to be doing for your mother on Mother's Day this coming Sunday? The weather's going to be lousy, I'm sorry to say, but we're going to ask the question anyway. What are you going to be doing for Mother's Day, for her mother on Mother's Day? all so-called formalities out of the way, let's get underway. Do we have any short-time mobile stations that like to check in this time? Please call now.
KC9GCR. This is Alpha 9 Victor Uniform. Michael in Janesville. I don't have any traffic, Jim.
Okay, Mike, 889VU. Mike in Janesville. Got you checked in. And thanks for checking in, Southern. Have a good evening. Talk to you next week. Are there any more short-time mobile stations that like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KC9QPL, Paul Spurt, short time 73.
KC9QPL, Paul in Loves Park, got you checked in, Paul. You have a good evening. Enjoy your weekend. We'll talk to you next week on one of the nets there. Any more short-time mobile stations would like to check in? Please call now. Okay, last station trying to check in. I did hear some audio, but your signal broke up. Let's try that one more time, please.
Delta Foxtrot, KC9DDF. John down here in Elgin.
Okay, John, KC9DDF. I got you checked in. A lot of noise with your signal, but of course, with distant stations, probably conditions are going to be playing havoc tonight. I've got you checked in, John. 7-3, have a good evening. We'll talk to you next week.
Yeah, we're just short time here, but we'll listen in a bit. We have a pretty good copy on the...
Okay, John, thanks. I got you checked in. Have a good evening. Okay, do we have any more short-time mobile stations that like to check the Friday Night Fun at this time? Please call now.
Good evening, Jimmy. W9JTC Mobile, checking in short time. Have a great night, sir.
W9JTC, JB and Rockwood Mobile. Well, you were mobile last night for the Skywarn Net and the Elgin Tech Net. Thanks for checking in there, Jamie. You drive safely, and we'll talk to you down the log. Thanks for checking in. Any more short-time mobile stations for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, I'm expecting a slow turnout tonight, but the rah-rah meeting is taking place. I'm happy to report it's being held at OSF St. Anthony Hospital in the Founders Room, back to where it used to be held, back to their old stomping grounds. After they get done with their meeting, they're going to go to their Jerry's Pizza to have for their second meeting. So I just happen to remember that. I'll probably have another slow turnout, but I'm glad the rah-rah means that they're getting back together, having in-person meetings again. Okay, do we have any more short-time mobile stations we want to check in? Please call now. Okay, I only have 4 short-time stations, but hey, that ain't bad at all. Okay, let's go ahead with general check-ins. At this time, I'll take general check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net. Please call now.
KD9EPZ.
KD9EPZ, Al and Rochelle. Beautiful signal tonight, Al. That's great. I'll get back to you a few minutes roundtable. Thanks for checking in. Any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
K9SBJ, Scott and Rockford.
Roscoe, no traffic.
Okay, I have 2 stations checking in there. N9SBJ, Scott and Rockford. I've got you checked in. I'll get back to you a few minutes roundtable. Thanks for checking in. There was another station trying to check in. Another station, come back, please.
AC9NW, Tom and Roscoe, no traffic.
AC9NW, Tom and Roscoe, I've got you checked in. I'll get back to you a few minutes roundtable. Thanks for checking in. Any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go now.
KD9YBG, Dale and Rockford, no traffic.
KD9YBG, Dale in Rockford, the new kid on the block. Yeah, beautiful signal coming into this repeater tonight, Dale. I've got you checked in. I'll get back to you a few minutes roundtable. Thanks for checking in. Any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go now. KD9MED, Mike and Rochelle. Okay, Mike. Beautiful signal coming. I got you checked in. We'll get back to you a few minutes roundtable. Thanks for checking in. Any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois or the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go now. You are absolutely correct there, Mike. Keep finding $9 silver. K9RFD, Pat in Warren, Illinois. Pat, I know you're listening. I got you checked in. Thanks for checking in. I put down a little IC for internet check-in. Okay, Mike, thanks. Let me know if you have any more internet check-ins. Thanks very much. Any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go now. Okay, once again, I'll probably be getting more check-ins later on this evening with the rah-rah meeting at OSF St. Anthony. Then they'll go to Jerry's Pizza for their second meeting. So, okay, we'll be getting more check-ins from Northern Illinois. At this time, I will take check-ins, any check-ins from southern Wisconsin who would like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net. Please go now. This is KC9GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on the N9IRA repeater in Rockford, transferring for Friday Night Fun Net Central and Freeport. Any general check-ins from southern Wisconsin for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go now. Well, this Friday night fish right now in Wisconsin. Everybody's at their favorite bar, restaurant, or tavern, either catfish, buffalo, carp, bullhead, northern pike, walleye, muskie, a crappie, or what, bluegills. Those of you in Milwaukee area, you're eating your Polish sausages, hot dogs, brats, kielbasa, and Braunschweiger. Of course, there's a lot of tailgating taking place at the American Family Field in Milwaukee tonight. The Milwaukee Brewers are taking on the Kansas City Royals. I don't know how that ball game pressing along, coming along there, but and you cheese lovers, read some of that famous Wisconsin cheese. Okay, at this time, do we have any check-ins from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KC9RGG, Norm in Orfordville, Wisconsin.
KC9RGG, Norm in Orfordville, Wisconsin. Okay, Norm, I've got you checked in, got a beautiful signal on this repeater tonight. I'll get back to you a few minutes, Norm, for the roundtable. Thanks for checking in. Any more, do we have any more stations from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go now.
KD9MED, Cary and Rockford.
KD9MED, Cary and Rockford, the Duke of Digital DX. Okay, Cary, I've got you checked in. We'll get back to you in a few minutes for your DX report and later on for the roundtable. Thanks for checking in, Cary. Any more general check-ins from northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin for the Friday night fun net? Please call now. Okay, we'll go ahead with the traffic portion. Tomorrow morning, our monthly meeting of the Stevens County Repeater Association will take place tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. at the Freeport Public Library, second floor in the conference room. If you would, we're going to be talking about different topics. Memorial Day Parade for the first time in about 5 years. I'm happy to report that we're going to have a Memorial Day Parade here in Freeport. That will take our Stevens County Repeater Association is going to be in charge of that. We're going to be doing a lot of the stuff there. And May 29th, Memorial Day. Of course, you know and I know that the real Memorial Day will be the following day on Tuesday, May 30th. So okay, the 29th there. That's phony baloney. We'll put it that way. Okay. So, okay. So if you're not doing anything tomorrow morning, come on over to the Stevens County Repeater Association monthly meeting. Let's pack the place. Okay. A week from this coming Sunday, May 21st, we're going to, local hams in the Rockford area are going to have a swap meet and social. That will take place on Sunday, May 21st, from 8 a.m. until 11 a.m. at Camp Winnebago. That's going to be located. That's located on just north of Rockford on North Main Street, Route 2. So this is not an official event. There's going to be no money changing hands. There's going to be no VE testing session, no sponsors, no food vendors, or anything like that. It's just going to be a bunch of ham radio operators getting together. They're going to be bringing a lot of their equipment for anybody who wants to swap or sell or buy or what have you. If you want to bring your own food or your own barbecue grills, you can cook. You're welcome to do so. So, anybody, if you want more information about this, let me reset. I gotta watch what I do here. I don't want to talk too long. But if you want more information about the Gorilla Ham Fest, as we call it, you can get a hold of Larry, K9KZC. You can contact him at area code 815-397-9595. Area code 815-397-9595. If you want more information about that. I'm also happy to report that the weather looks good for next Sunday. I was watching the 10-day forecast on Channel 13. Sunday, May 21st, looks to be sunny with a high of 79 degrees. That is definitely good news. That's 10 days out, so we'll wait and see what happens. Once again, the Gorilla Ham Fest, or the Swap Meet and Social, will take place on Sunday, a week from this coming Sunday, May 21st, from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. at Camp Winnebago, just north of Rockford on Route 2 or North Main Street. Okay, that's my traffic. Does anybody else have any traffic you'd like to pass along? All right, let's get into the Friday Night Fun Net Tech Corner. This is our TechNet portion of the net. Are you having a problem with your power supply or amplifier? What kind of an antenna do you want to put up on your tower? What kind of a radio do you want to buy? Base, mobile, all mode, DMR, digital, or what have you there, FTA, and so what have you. And this is where everybody gets a chance to ask any technical questions. If you have any technical questions, please feel free to ask them. We'll do our best to answer them for you. Does anybody have any technical questions they'd like to bring before the net? Okay, no technical questions, so we'll move on to the Friday Night Fun at the DX Corner. This is where everybody gets a chance to have any DX reports that they'd like to pass along. So, okay. Does anybody have any DX reports that they'd like to pass along?
AC9NW.
H9NW. Okay, Tom, what do you got for us?
Well, I had several DX contacts this week. Had a couple from Croatia, and I found out afterwards that it's a remotely controlled station, and the transmitter's in Croatia, but it was being controlled here in the States. And I also had a contact in Chile on 10 meters, and I contacted GB23C in England, which is the King Charles Coronation Special Event Station. Also on 20 meters, S52 Whiskey in Slovenia. I've had a lot of contacts with various stations in Slovenia, but this was a new one. And I had Oscar Lima 750 HOL in Czech Republic, and SB6A in Sweden on all on 20 meters. AC9NW back to net.
Well, hey, congratulations on all those DX contacts. I tried to listen to those couple of frequencies. I think 14.235 and 21.070. Unfortunately, I was not able to hear anything on those frequencies. I think it was last Friday night, someone gave out those frequencies for that, what was that, King Charles Coronation event there. So, no, unfortunately, I was not able to hear boo on any of those frequencies. Hey, Tom, thanks very much for that information. Okay. Does anybody else have any DX reports they'd like to pass along?
KD9MED.
I knew you'd come through, Gary. K9MED. What do you got for us?
Thanks, Jimmy. Good evening, everybody. I wanted to put something together. I'm going to be operating at the Shindig on May 21st at Camp Winnebago, and what I did was I put together my old Whisper beacon here, and I ran that for about 4 days. The nominal output power on this beacon is 200 milliwatts, brief reset. So over a period of 4 days with one transmission every 10 minutes, that's about 500 beacons I sent out. I received 3,600 spot reports, and that constituted 194 unique stations on 5 continents. Brief reset. The most distant station was VK5ARG in Australia, South Australia, at a distance of 15,800 kilometers. I also got New Zealand and all the Western European countries that I always get. The coolest one was VK7JJ. That's in Tasmania. That's not quite as far as VK58RG was. It's 15,400 kilometers. Brief reset. But I just think that Tasmania is cool. It's cooler than Australia. Tasmania belongs to Australia, I guess. Yeah, so I'll be operating that out at the May 21st thing if people are curious about it. I've written about Whisper in the past, and I've talked about it in the past. It's about the cheapest way you can get started DXing, I think, on HF. So thanks a lot, guys. Congratulations to Tom. Great QSOs. Thanks a lot, guys. KD9MED.
And thank you for that excellent DX report there, Kerry. Yeah, we'll see. Definitely look forward to seeing that next week. Just hold on, I gotta get my paper straightened out here. Okay, last Sunday, I made a DX contact. Was on 14.240 at 1810 Zulu time with a Whiskey, the 2, Delta, Alpha, November. That was the New England QSO party. He was in Rhode Island there. And oh boy, a new designation I never heard of. He was 5'9", NWRI or something like that. I couldn't make it. I looked on my map. I couldn't find that, but sound like Rhode Island. But that's how I got written down in my logbook. New England QSO party from Rhode Island. He was giving me 7.0.
Excellent.
That's for sure. I'll have to find out where that was there. So that's a new designation I never heard of. So okay. And I got my copy of the QST magazine in the mail today. It's got the June issue, all about what does that say here? Oh yeah, fun in the field. There's a picture of a camper with an awning set up. That reminds me of Mel, K9RFD. He's a trustee of the 39 Repeater. He's always at the field day every year. I guess he's got a new motorhome now, but every look at that just reminds me of Mel. When we used to have it at the field day at the Cray Park Flagstaff Hill. That's where we will have ours this year. And hopefully you guys over in Rockford will be able to have a field day over there. If you are not successful, remember, you are always welcome to come here. Bring a dish to pass. We'll have a potluck. We'll have everything's supposed to get set up at 11 o'clock. We'll have our potluck at noon, and we'll get underway with the field day activities at 1 p.m. So, okay. Okay. Does anybody else have any DX reports they'd like to pass along?
AC9NW with a comment.
Go ahead, Tom.
On the contact I had with Sweden, I was surprised about one thing. He said he was running 3,500 watts into a 4-element beam at 60 feet. Apparently other countries don't have the same limitations we have on wattage. AC9NW.
Okay, hey, well that's whatever works. I think that's great. That's for sure. Thanks for your comment, Tom. Anybody else have any DX reports they'd like to pass along? Okay, that sounds good. Let's move on here. We got just a minute. Oh yeah, we got the swap net. All IMC box order traded must be related to hobbies of RAM trading or computers. All IMC box order traded must be the property of or in possession of the person who wants to get rid of the stuff. Being mentioned prices over the air, but haggling should take place either in person or over the telephone. Also, no commercial business of any kind is allowed. Does anybody have any swap net traffic you'd like to pass along at this time?
No, but I'd like to check in.
Okay, Robert. Go ahead.
This is KC9ICH, Robert in Rockford checking in. Good evening, everyone.
Robert. Thanks for checking in. I'll get back to you in a few minutes around table. In fact, I think we're gonna get underway with that right now. So okay, what are you gonna be doing for Mother's Day? And well, Al K9APZ, I know your mother passed away, and it sounds like a dumb question, but I know you're going to be home all day. But just for the heck, what are you going to be doing anyway?
Oh, yeah, probably here, on the radio. This radio's on 24 hours a day, and it's scanning 2 meters on one VFO, and usually 40 meters on the other.
That's good. Night Watch came in and faded out last night, but for Tuesday night and Wednesday night they were coming in. They're coming in beautiful. Not strong enough for me to want to check in, but at least the first time in a while I got to hear them.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. I actually got into the happy hour net on the Racine repeater today. I've been having trouble. My antenna's still only up 30 feet, so you'd be surprised what that extra 15 feet makes. So a lot of the places I used to frequently talk, I am not reaching those repeaters anymore.
Let's hope that someday some of the guys from around your neck of the woods can come by, get your antenna system straightened out, get it back to what it used to be before August the 10th of 2021 when the derecho hit. So that's for sure. Al, thank you very much for checking in. We'll probably hear from you in a few minutes when we do the trivia segment. Okay. N9SBJ, Scott, what's going on with you? What are you going to be doing for your mother on Mother's Day?
K9RFD to KC9GCR. Well, on Mother's Day, since my mother is on her deathbed living down in Texas, not really too much. But otherwise, not too much. Just going to be another day.
That's maybe the same with me too, Scott. This is K9GCR, the Friday Night Fun Net on the N9IRA repeater in Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Central and Freeport. Oh yeah, I hear you. Yeah, it's going to be. I'll be thinking about my mother. She passed away in the early morning hours of January 1st, 2001. So definitely not a happy New Year for me. That's for sure. She was a wonderful woman. All there is to it. Okay. Thanks for taking in, Scott. All right. H9NW. Tom, what are you going to be doing for your mother on Mother's Day?
Well, my mother and my wife's mother both passed away many years ago, so really we're not doing anything special for Mother's Day. AC9NW, back to net.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. So yeah. Sunday's just going to be a regular normal day for me. Well, the weather's going to be lousy anyway. That's all there is to it. Okay, thanks for taking in there, Tom, and thanks for that wonderful DX report you gave us. Dale, KD9YBG, what's going on with you? What are you doing for your mother on Mother's Day?
KD9YBG, my mother passed away going on 11 years ago, so I'll think about her that day. But other than that, I'm just kind of probably going to be working on a 10-meter antenna so I can listen and talk on it. And I kind of got some parts rounded up and a few parts coming in. And I'm going to make one up and tune it and listen. KD9YBG, back to you.
Okay, Dale, sounds good. You got a beautiful signal coming into this repeater tonight. Of course, this 147255 repeater has a commercial antenna on top of Eric's tower. Eric N9MCS, he has a tower up at his house. It's 120 feet in the air. Again, it's a commercial antenna. He really did it right, that's for sure. Okay. All right. Mike, KD9MED, what's going on with you? What are you going to be doing for your mother on Mother's Day? Oh boy, I'm definitely sorry to hear about that about your mother. So okay, well, have a good day anyway. This coming Sunday, Mike, and good luck on your trip. You're down to your girlfriend's mother's house. That's good. Okay, sounds good. Thanks for checking in. All right, Norm, KC9RGT Norbertville. What's going on with you? What are you going to be doing for your mother on Mother's Day?
KC9GCR, KC9RGG. Well, Jim, I'm kind of in the boat with everybody else. Unfortunately, my mother's been gone for a long time. But every Mother's Day, I remember about a radio ad or a television ad that Bear Bryant made for Southern Bell Telephone Company. And he was reminding everybody that they should call their mothers on Mother's Day. And then at the end of that advertisement, he ad-libbed something. He said, "Have you called your mama today? I sure wish I could call mine." And I kind of think that says it all, Jim. Many of us don't have our mothers anymore. We can't call them. But it's a day to remember all the good memories. Back to you, Jim. KC9GCR, KC9RGG.
Well, you bet there, Norm. That's the way I feel too. And I heard that on the farm Midwest Digest with Max Armstrong. That's the farm that was one of the farm broadcasters. He and Orion Samuelson, we worked at WGN there for many years. I heard that too. He said Bear Bryant said he wished that was meant for his football players. He said you call your mother. What he said there, he left the camera. It was supposed to be at the end. That was supposed to be the end of the commercial, and he said, you call your mother. But he left it rolling. He said, you wish you call your mothers? I wish I could. I heard that too today.
Fantastic, Jim. Fantastic. And those were the good old days on WGN with the farm show. I always used to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning before I went to work, and I would listen to the farm show. And then I'd sometimes catch the noon show on Saturdays and listen to that. Oh, those are good memories, Jim. Back to you.
Yes. One of these nights, we've done it before several years ago, we're just going to have to do a Friday night fun about all the radio stations we used to listen to back in the day, like WGN or WLS, when it was the rock and roll station. And yeah, of course, before that was the old the Prairie Farmer station. They had the old barn dance on there. Yes, and when I went to junior high and high school, but my dad always had WGN on. He used to listen to it was called Milking Time at 5:30 in the morning. Orion Samuelson and he was doing it. I think it. Now, Orion Samuelson's still alive. He retired, in fact, last year. But he and Max Armstrong were some of the best farm broadcasters that they were.
Jim, I remember something that Orion Samuelson said once on that program. He said he grew up on a dairy farm out by the Mississippi River here in southwestern Wisconsin. And he said, of course, we always got up at 3 or 4 in the morning and had to milk the cows. And he said, I'm not going to do this for a living. And so then he went to work for WGN, and he got up at 3 or 4 in the morning to get into the station to do his farm show at 5:30. So that's just the way it goes with Orion Samuelson.
That's for sure. I was thinking something else too. You remember the Country Fair? That was way many years ago. That at noon on WGN. Country Fair.
Never heard that, Jim. We'll have to have as you say, a Friday night fun net. What about old time radio that you used to listen to? I think that's a great idea. So KC9GCR, KC9RGG, and of course it's 8:45 and it's my bedtime.
Okay, 73's Norm. Thanks for checking in. I'll let you go so you can hit the sack. Thanks for checking in. Thanks for checking the Friday night fun net. Okay, KC9ICH. By the way, I found that designation for Rhode Island. He was given a 5.9 New Rhode Island, or NEWRI. I have never heard that designation before. Okay, KD9MED, Norm. I'm sure your mother's passed away. What do you remember about her? KD9MED, Carrie, are you still with us?
This is KD9MED. I'm not planning anything special for Mother's Day. I'll say a few things about my mom. She grew up on a farm near Loganville, Wisconsin. They're in the southwestern part of Wisconsin where so many German families settled. And she married young, and she worked all her life. And I got so many gifts from her. Brief reset. She taught me how to read like when I was 3 years old, something like that. She taught me how to sing. She encouraged my interests in science and tech. Anyway, she passed away 30 years ago, and she was a fine mom, and as a son, I didn't deserve such a good mom. I really didn't. KD9MED.
That's the way I feel about my mother too, Carrie. That's about it. Okay. Hey, I'll tell you what. Did you hear me when I said that designation that says NEW Rhode Island? Now, I had never heard that designation before. I even looked up on my map. I couldn't find it. I figured it was Rhode Island. Something that was brand new to me.
Why don't you give me that call sign again, Jimmy? I'll look it up on QRZ.
Okay, that guy said he was. He was telling me when he said you're 5'9". NEWRI, or new RI, or something like that.
Okay, I'll do a little research here, and I'll get back to you later on during the net. KD9MED.
Sounds good. Thanks, Terry. We'll be with standby here. All right, Robert, K9ICH. Sorry to keep you waiting. What's going on with you, or what are you going to be doing for your mother on Mother's Day?
Well, Mom's been gone since 2016, so probably not doing much of anything. So other than that, not much going on here, just checking into the nets and looking around for a new PC to control the station in the basement so we can get back on HF. Been out there for 6 years now. I want to get back on and talk with people all over the world. That was a lot of fun. So, back to you, Jim, KC9ICH.
Okay, Robert, sounds good. Hey, thanks for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. I know you check in whenever you get a chance, and thank you for your support of the new Saturday evening Rag Tune Net. We started that net last year. I'm glad you check in that net whenever you get a chance too. Okay, that concludes my list. Do we have any more stations that like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? If you're coming over to the Friday Night Fish Fry, Steak Fry, grocery shopping, or the show, if you just turned your radio on, you came home, turned your radio on, or you've been copying the mail for the last 45 minutes, this is your chance to check in the Friday Night Fun Net from anywhere in the region. What's it on traffic? Please call K9GCR. Okay, I've got a Mother's Day radio nut joke. This is courtesy of Brad, WW0S. I told you, this guy's gone through so many call signs, it's pathetic, but he's the one that came up with the idea for the Friday Night Fun Net back in 2008. It was WW2D89G. I first knew him as WW9WWW. Well, you know the story. Well, here we go. You know you're a radio nut when, instead of buying your mother a box of chocolates for her on Mother's Day, you buy her a high-pass filter for her TV. If you have a homemade radio nut joke you want to pass on, you can call here on the radio on the Friday Night Fun Net Central Hotline, area code 815-232-FN, 232-3636. The homemade radio nut jokes are better than 30 original ones anyway. Okay, any more stations I'd like to check in? Please call now. Okay, people, I'm going to be right. A lot of people probably don't know we're on 255, so I'm going to go to 195 and make an announcement, and I shall return. K9GCR. Okay, this is K9GCR. We'll be back. I'll make the announcement on 195 that the net's being held here. Any more stations would like to check in? Please call now.
W3MBX Mobile.
W3MBX, good evening, Matt. Are you on your way home from the rah-rah meeting, or are you going to the second meeting?
On my way home. I didn't know they did a second meeting, and next time I'll plan on that, but I didn't plan on it this evening.
You know, they don't transact any business. They go to Jerry's Pizza, and they have like a little get together. They have a supper or a late meal or something like that. That's what our K9 Repeater Association does. After we get done with our meeting, we go to a restaurant in town. That's what we call our second meeting. So there's no business taking place there. So at the second meeting, how did the meeting go anyway?
It went very good. It was my first one, and enjoyed it, and it was really, really nice putting faces to names.
great. That's great. Okay, Matt, thanks for checking in. Drive home safely. We'll talk to you down the log here. Okay, any more stations wishing to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go now.
KC9GCR. Here is KC9YI, Kilo Charlie 9 Yankee India.
KC9YI, Scott and Monroe. What's, hey, I'll get back to you in a few minutes here. Matt, W9AXD. We're talking about Mother's Day. What are you going to be doing for your mother on Mother's Day?
KC9GCR, W9AXD. Well, my mother has passed, actually 5 years now. But my wife got her a card, and I'm going to be making dinner for the family.
That's great. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, man, I'm going to let you go so you can drive home safe. I'm going to talk to Scott, K9YI, 73. Thanks for checking in, Matt. K9YI, Scott Monroe. You got a good signal coming to this repeater. What's going on with you?
Yeah, the repeater's coming in real good here. Not quite full scale, but pretty close. And nice copy on it. KC9GCR in the net. This is KC9YI. Well, let's see. I've been trying to hear some stations through all the static on 75 meters, and now I've dropped to 160 meters to see if any of my people that usually get on are in there. But I think I can just barely hear somebody now. But it's a rough old night on the lower frequency bands. A lot of static, a lot of lightning spikes, and not very good conditions. So anyway, I guess I should have stayed on VHF tonight. Hi, back to net.
Yeah, that sounds good. Sounds good there. Yeah, that's the way it goes. I tried to listen to the old Miss 20-meter net this afternoon. And I'll tell you what, the conditions were not the best. I could only once in a great while I was only able to hear one station that was being net control, and their signal wasn't the best. So that was it there too. We were talking about now, Scott, where I'm at, we were talking about Mother's Day. Everybody I've talked to said their mothers have passed away, including my own. I'm sure that's the way what you do. What are your plans for this coming Sunday?
No mothers on this side, and so my mom has passed away quite a long time. So has my wife's mom. So and we don't have any children. So no Mother's Day plans per se, but I don't know. We'll probably go to church and maybe I'll go out to eat, depending on the weather. I don't know. This weekend doesn't sound very good. I was looking at the long-range forecast, and next weekend looks pretty nice. So maybe it'll be nice to get out and do something next weekend.
Yeah, we're having the Rockford area hams are having a swap meet and social next Sunday, the 21st. They're saying the weather I'm looking at the 10-day forecast. They said the high temperature for that day is supposed to be mostly sunny and a high about 79 or close to 80 degrees. So that'd be good there for our get together next Sunday.
Oh yeah, well whatever. Yeah, it's so sounds like you lucked out on the weather, and I'm just thinking. I don't know, isn't Dayton coming up? Is that next weekend too? I don't know, but hopefully you'll have a nice turnout for the event you're talking about.
Yeah, Dayton's coming up next weekend. Well, what it is that there's going to be no It's not an officially sponsored event. It's not no ham radio club is involved in it. It's just going to be some hams getting together. It's going to be getting rid of meeting and socializing. They have bring a lot of equipment. Anybody wants to buy or trade or whatever, you do that. And anybody wants to bring their own grill or their own meat they want cooked or whatever, they can do that. It's going to be from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. next Sunday at Camp Winnebago, just north of Rockford. They're on Route 2. But that's there's no VE testing session. It's just, we call it a Gorilla Ham Fest. That's what's going to take place next Sunday. They got a lot of pavilions, a lot of shelters, so it'll be held rain or shine.
Well, that sounds like a real nice event, and it sure sounds like the weather's going to be nice. So hopefully you'll have a good turnout and good weather for it, Jim. Over.
Yeah, I think we will. I got to figure out how to get over there. I have to ask somebody to see if they can come pick me up and to take me over there. So that's good. Okay, Scott, I'm going to let you go. You have a good evening. We'll talk to you on the Sunday night net, on the Green County net this coming Sunday night. Thanks for checking in.
Real good, Jim. Take care. Talk to you later. This is KC9YI Clear.
Okay. Do we have any more stations who would like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
Good evening, Jimmy. W9AXD Chad up in Janesville. Good evening. I'll copy.
W9AXD Chad, you've got a beautiful signal coming into the repeater tonight, Chad. And I knew you did not have your net last night, so I didn't check in. Of course, we did on our Northern Illinois Skywarn training net, we did a mock net. There, anybody like simulated the event, you reported, anybody says you had reported any severe weather, did you have any damage or what have you there? But it was a mock drill exercise. That's what we had held in TechNet. So, okay, Chad, what's going on with you? Mother's Day coming up. What are your plans for that day?
Well, Jimmy, I'm not a mother yet, so I don't think I'm going to do anything. And we don't, seriously, though, we don't have any kids, so nothing really for that. Erica was a cat mom, but our cats are both gone, so that's about it for that. We're not going to do much, probably anything, go to church and come home and not do too much. So, but yeah, nothing's really going on otherwise over here. Getting my DMR stuff going here. I bought a TYT MD UV380 handheld, which is what this is here, and works pretty good. Updated the firmware on it the other day, and the voice prompts aren't totally updated yet, but it tells everything. Menus, battery level, power level, everything that you need. It verbally outputs it. That's handy for us. Erica's actually waiting for her radio. Let me reset. And just received last Monday a TYT MD9600. I hope it works better than people have said. I guess I'll try it. I haven't powered it up yet. I'm getting to that point. So we'll see. Maybe I'll have to try a local DMI repeater, see if I can get into it. So that's about the exciting thing for us. Other than last night, we went to a spring concert at the Wisconsin State Blind School over here just down the street from us. And a couple of students composed their own songs and played them on the piano, and pretty complicated pieces. And band played a bunch of songs, and I tell you what, they were absolutely phenomenal. They were excellent. And I went to school there for 2 years, and I don't remember the band I was in being that good, but I guess when you're in the band, you don't really focus on that, kind of keeping track of your own part. But yeah, they were really, really good. And I like to support
the students over there with whatever they're doing if I can, because I still feel that school is part of my life yet. I like to support current students, so it was a lot of fun. Go ahead, Jimmy.
That is great. Yes, Chad. That we gotta support your local schools. That's all there is to it. That's for sure. Okay, listen. Do you want me to check your better half in?
Hi, Jimmy. KD9VBX, otherwise known as the better half. Just wanted to say hi. And for Mother's Day, actually, to be honest, we celebrated last weekend because we were in Prairie du Chien with my family because we had a cousin getting married. So I had knitted my mother something and gave it to her Saturday, and she looks at me, she goes, "Is Mother's Day coming up?" I'm like, "Yeah, but it's next weekend." So she was just not, if I had forgotten, she wouldn't have noticed, apparently. But I'm going to call my sisters on Sunday because they're the ones with the kids. So that's basically our plan, and unfortunately Chad's mom is no longer with us, so we can't really connect with her, but we'll probably call her at least one of his sisters who does have kids. So yeah, he says he misses his mom every day. She died 3 years ago. KD9VBX.
Yes, my mother passed away in the early morning hours of January 1st, 2001. She passed away. We think she passed away in her sleep. So she had a massive heart attack. Put it that way. So okay. Hey, thanks you two for checking in. You two enjoy yourselves this weekend. We'll talk to you down the log. And thanks to both of you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net.
You bet. I'm going to sign out here anyway. So this repeater sounds really good up here tonight. Eric's doing a good job with this. So I'll touch base with him here probably a little later on, hopefully. So 7-3 Jimmy, take care of W9AXD.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is the first time in about a month that I held this repair. He might check in, maybe he'll check in later on tonight. So, sounds good, Chad. Thanks for checking in. You two have a good evening. Thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net.
So you know, Jimmy, your signal sounds full quieting. You sound good next door, so you're sounding good. 7-3 W9AXD.
Your signal is full quieting too, Chad. Okay, thanks for checking in. This is K9GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Central in Freeport. Do we have any more stations who want to check in this time? Please call now. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do the Friday Night Fun Net Trivia. This is for the benefit of those stations people who are studying for their first ham radio licenses. They're listening to us on a scanner. They can't listen to police communications anymore unless you have a very expensive digital scanner. You can still listen to fire and EMS frequencies on VHF high band analog. But here's what this is for the benefit of those who are studying for their first ham radio license. Okay, let's see if we can find a question here. Oh, I read that question before. I'm not reading it again. Let's see. One moment, please. Okay. What is the Radio Amateur Civil Emergency Services, or RACI? A. The radio service using amateur frequencies for emergency management or civil defense and communications. B, a radio service using amateur stations for emergency management or civil defense communications. C, an emergency service using amateur operators certified by a civil defense organization as being enrolled in that organization. D, all of these choices are correct. What is the Radio Amateur Civil Emergency Services, or RACE? A, a radio service using amateur frequencies for emergency management or civil defense communications. B, a radio service using amateur stations for emergency management or civil defense communications. C, an emergency service using amateur operators certified by a civil defense organization as being enrolled in that organization. D, all of these choices are correct. Anybody correct to answer this question?
Delta, W9HF.
Say that again, Chad. You cut yourself off.
D Delta, W9HF.
You are correct. Chad, you are correct. What is the Radio Amateur Civil Emergency Services, or RACE? A, a radio service using amateur frequencies for emergency management or civil defense communications. B, a radio service using amateur stations for emergency management or civil defense communications. C, an emergency service using amateur operators certified by a civil defense organization as being enrolled in that organization. Well, the correct answer is D, Delta. All of these choices are correct. 97.3 A is 38, 97.407. RACES is a special part of the amateur service created by the FCC to provide communications assistance to local, state, or federal government or emergency management agencies during civil emergencies. All right, okay. Okay. Okay, let's find another one here. I think I read that question previously. I'm trying to avoid reading the same questions all the time here. So, okay. All right. Find another. Okay. What antenna polarization is normally used for long distance CW and SSB contacts on the VHF and UHF bands? A, right-hand circular. B, left-hand circular. C, horizontal. D, vertical. What antenna polarization is normally used for long-distance CW and SSB contacts on the VHF and UHF bands? A, right-hand circular. B, left-hand circular. C, horizontal. D, vertical. Anybody correct to answer this question?
KD9YBG, maybe horizontal.
You are correct, Dale. You are correct. What antenna polarization is normally used for long-distance CW and SSB contacts on the VHF and UHF bands? Correct answer is C, Charlie, horizontal. Horizontal polarization is preferred for weak signal contacts because it results in lower ground losses when the wave reflects from or travels along the ground. AM Radio License Manual, page 4-15. All right. Oh, boy. All right. Those of you who use these digital modes should know the correct answer to this question by heart. Which of the following connections is made between a computer and a transceiver to use computer software when operating digital modes? A, computer line out to transceiver push to talk. B, computer line in to transceiver push to talk. C, computer line in to transceiver speaker connector. D, computer line out to transceiver speaker connector. Which of the following connections is made between a computer and a transceiver to use computer software when operating digital modes? A, computer line out to transceiver push talk. B, computer line in to transceiver push talk. C, computer line in to transceiver speaker connector. D, computer line out to transceiver speaker connector. Anybody correct to answer this question?
KD9MED is, well, I'm thinking that C, Charlie is the book answer, but if you ever forget C, Charlie, you can always just run through them all and use the process of elimination. But yeah, Charlie, Jimmy.
Okay, sounds good there, Kerry. Now, there was another station trying to get in there. Let's see about what the other station has to say. The other station, come back.
KD9YBG. Yeah, I was picking it also, the inline and speaker, but he was a little bit faster on the mic, I guess.
Dale and Kerry, you are both correct. You are both correct. Which of the following connections is made between a computer and a transceiver to use computer software when operating digital modes? Well, the correct answer is C, Charlie, computer line in to transceiver speaker connector. Okay. Let's see if we can find... I'll tell you what, before we continue with the trivia segment, do we have any more stations who would like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go now. Okay, continuing. What is the unit of frequency? A, Hertz. B, Henry. C, Farad. D, Tesla. What is the unit of frequency? A, Hertz. B, Henry. C, Farad. D, Tesla. Anybody correct to answer this question?
KD9MED says A, alpha. It used to be cycles per second, but that was too many syllables, and so they switched it to hertz. KD9MED.
Well, you and I remember back in, well, you are correct, Kerry, you are correct. You remember you and I back in the day when we used to listen to the stations, radio, TV stations, when they go off the air, they sign off at night, they say like, W9AXD operates on a frequency 210 to 216 megacycles. They didn't say megahertz, they said megacycles. And of course, WROK operates on a frequency of 1440 kilocycles. Now they say kilohertz. Yeah, definitely remember that, but you are correct. You are correct, Gary. What is the unit of frequency? Correct answer is A, hertz. A, alpha. The unit of measurement for frequency is hertz, abbreviated HC, ham radio license manual page 2-3. Well, that was what? Kilocycles, kilohertz, megacycles, megahertz, whatever. Oh, I'm not going to read that question. I think we gave it away a couple minutes ago, so let's just find another one here. Let's see. Oh, I think I read this a while back. Oh boy. One moment, please. All right. What device increases the transmitted output power from a transceiver? A, a voltage divider. B, an RF power amplifier. C, an impedance network. D, all these choices are correct. What device increases the transmitted output power from a transceiver? A voltage divider. B, an RF power amplifier, D, an impedance network, D, all these choices are correct. Anybody correct to answer this question?
BB, KD9MED.
You are correct, Dale, you are correct. What device increases the transmitted output power from a transceiver? Correct answer is B, Bravo, an RF power amplifier. We're not going to refer to that other question. We're going to move on here. All right. Okay. What reading on an SWR meter indicates the perfect impedance match between the antenna and the feed line? A, 50-50, B, 0, C, 1-1, D, full scale. What reading on an SWR meter indicates the perfect impedance match between the antenna and the feed line? A, 50-50, B, 0, C, 1, D, full scale. Anybody correct to answer this question?
C.
Say that again, you cut yourself off, repeat.
KD9MED, it'd be C, 1-1.
You are correct, Dale, you are correct. What reading on an SWR meter indicates a perfect impedance match between the antenna and the feed line? Correct answer is C, Charlie, 1, 1. Let's repeat that again. C, Charlie, 1, 1. When there is no reflected power, the SWR is 1, 1. This condition is called a perfect match. And radio license manual, page 4-10. Okay. I read this question a while back. I'm not going to, trying to find another one. Okay. Which of the following types of antenna offers the greatest gain? A, 5/8 wave vertical. B, isotropic. D, J-pole. D, Yagi. Which of the following types of antenna offers the greatest gain? A, 5/8 wave vertical. B, isotropic. B, C, J-pole. D, Yagi. Anybody correct to answer this question?
KD9MED is going to go with D Delta. That was a Yagi.
You are correct, Gary. You are correct. Which of the following types of antenna offers the greatest gain? Correct answer is D Delta, Yagi. Compared to the theoretical isotropic antenna or practical omnidirectional antennas like the J-pole or 5/8 wave vertical, Yagi beam antennas have much more gain in their preferred direction. Ham radio license manual, page 4-15. Okay, before we continue, are there any more stations who would like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KD9HKX, Larry and Roscoe, short time with traffic.
Okay, KD9HKX, okay, I hear short time. Let me get my pen and let me get my let me get organized here. All right, okay. KD9HKX. Okay, Larry, go ahead.
Well, good evening, Jim, and everyone else on the net tonight. Traffic, I just wanted to say that tomorrow night on the Saturday evening rag shoe net, the net will be held on the 147.195 repeater. That's the 147.195 repeater, 114.8 tone. Made it to the rah-rah meeting tonight and had 15 people in attendance. It was a good meeting. That's all I was going to say, Jim. Back to you. KD9HKX clear.
Okay, sounds good, yeah. Saturday evening RagTuneNet will take place tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. on the 147.195 repeater. Thanks for that information there, Larry, and I'm glad you had a good turnout at the rah-rah meeting. Where we were talking about Mother's Day. What are you going to be doing for your mother on Mother's Day?
Well, Jim, my mother passed away a number of years ago, so there's not much I can do for her. I will be probably fixing something for the wife. Don't know what she wants to eat yet. I heard her mention pork chops, so I may do some pork chops. If the weather turns out right, I'd do them on the grill, but probably it'll end up being baked pork chops instead, because it sounds to me like the weather's going to be bad. So that's about it. Back to you, KD9HKX.
Okay, sounds good, Larry. Thanks for taking it. Thanks for giving us the information about the good turnout at the rah-rah meeting, and thank you for letting us know about the Saturday evening RagTuneNet. That's going to be held tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. on the 147.195 repeater. We'll definitely be tuning in for that. Okay, 7-3 is Larry. Thanks for taking and giving us that traffic. Okay, if we have any more stations who would like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now. Okay. Let's continue with the trivia segment here. What does a dummy load consist of? A high gain amplifier and a TR switch. B, a non-inductive resistor mounted on a heat sink. C, a low voltage power supply and a DC relay. D, a 50 ohm reactance used to terminate a transmission line. What does a dummy load consist of? A high gain amplifier and a TR switch. B, a non-inductive resistor mounted on a heat sink. C, a low voltage power supply and a DC relay. D, a 50 ohm reactance used to terminate a transmission line. Anybody have a correct answer to this question?
KD9MED says B, Bravo.
You are correct, Gary. You are correct. What does a dummy load consist of? Correct answer is B, Bravo, a non-inductive resistor mounted on a heat sink. A dummy load is a heavy-duty resistor that can absorb and dissipate the output power from a transmitter. AM radio license manual, page 5-7. Okay, I heard somebody trying to check in. Please come back. All right. I think I'm going to read a couple more questions, and then we'll go ahead and we'll bring the trivia segment to a close. Okay. All right. Just a minute. What is the approximate length in inches of a quarter wavelength vertical antenna for 146 megahertz? A, 110, B, 50, C, 19, D, 12. What is the approximate length in inches of a quarter wavelength vertical antenna for 146 megahertz? A, 112, B, 50, C, 19, D, 12. Anybody correct answer this question?
19, KD9MED.
You are correct, Al. You are correct. What is the approximate length inches of a quarter wavelength vertical antenna for 146 megahertz. Correct answer is C, Charlie 19. The length of a ground plane antenna is half that of a dipole, so use the formula. Length in feet equals 234 frequency in megahertz, and 146 megahertz is 200. Oh, the heck with it. I'm not reading that. All right. Just a minute. All right. Okay. What is a good way to guard against electrical shock at your station? A. Use 3-wire cords and plugs for all AC powered equipment. B. Connect all AC powered station equipment to a common safety ground. C. Install mechanical interlocks and high voltage circuits. D. All these choices are correct. What is a good way to guard against electrical shock at your station? A. Use 3-wire cords and plugs for all AC powered equipment. B. Connect all AC powered equipment, station equipment to a common safety ground. C. Install mechanical interlocks and high voltage circuits. D. All these choices are correct. Anybody correct answer to this question?
Delta, KD9MED.
You are correct, Dale. You are correct. What is a good way to guard against electrical shock at your station? A. Use 3-wire cords and plugs for all AC powered equipment. B. Connect all AC powered station equipment to a common safety ground. C. Install the mechanical interlocks and high voltage circuits. Well, the correct answer is detailed. All these choices are correct. Follow these simple rules in your station. Use 3-wire power cords and plugs for all AC powered equipment. Make sure all of your equipment has a connection to the AC safety ground. Use ground fault circuit interrupter, GFCI circuit breakers or circuit breaker outlets. Verify AC wiring is done properly by using an AC circuit tester. Never replace a fuse or a circuit breaker with one of a larger one. And the last one, don't overload single outlets. Ham radio license man, page 9-4. Okay, find one more here. We can find another, let's see. All right. All right. Okay. I think I read this one last week. All right, okay. All right. Last question of the night. First of all, what are the toughest questions in the general and the what are the toughest questions in the tech, general, or extra Q&A? Your tower questions, of course. You new people, those of you who are getting your first ham radio license, someday you're going to be part of a tower climbing expedition. You're either going to be climbing the tower itself, or you're going to be part of the tower support crew. When you take your test, this next question, which I'm about to read, might put you over the top as far as getting your license goes. All right, here we go. Under what circumstances is it safe to climb a tower without a helper or observer? A. When no electrical work is being performed. B. When no mechanical work is being performed. C. When the work being done is not more than 20 feet above the ground. D. Never. Under what circumstances is it safe to climb a tower without a helper or observer? A. When no electrical work is being performed. B. When no mechanical work is being performed. D. When the work being done is not more than 20 feet above the ground. D. Never. Anybody have correct answer to this question?
KD9APZ. Never.
You are correct, Al. You are correct. Under Under what circumstances is it safe to climb a tower without a helper or observer? Correct answer is D delta, never. Having a ground crew is important. Avoid climbing alone whenever possible, because it's never safe. Hammer utilized in the manual, page 9-19. Good Friday night fun, that trivia segment, folks. That concludes it for this evening. Thanks for doing it. Okay. Next, the VE testing session here in Freeport will take place on Saturday. No. I should say next month. It will be held on Saturday, June 3rd. Saturday, June 3rd. Next VE testing session here in Freeport will take place Saturday, June 3rd at 12:30 p.m. in the Freeport Public Library. You want more information? Contact Tony, K9RFD or EC. All right. Any more stations want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KD9MED.
One moment, please. I shall return. Okay, this is K9GCR. We're back from 195 making an announcement. I don't know how many people might be coming home from their rah-rah meeting or their second meeting. They're probably wondering why there is no traffic on 195. That's because we're here on 255 for the Friday Night Fun Net. Okay. Any more stations want to check in? Please call now.
KD9MED.
Yeah, Gary, go ahead.
I looked into that mystery you asked me about earlier. Your QSO was with W9AXD. He lives in Tiverton, Rhode Island, which is southeastern Rhode Island. All I can guess on the NWRI thing is that they must, to me it would stand for Northwestern Rhode Island. There is no, at the New England QSO party, there is no list of identifiers or location identifiers that I can find. Brief reset. This fellow, David, W9AXD, he's got quite a nice station. He's got, looks like a big amplifier, and he's got one of those big Kenwoods that has all the knobs and buttons on the front, and a nice set of beams up on a tower there with a rotor. So you should have been able to hear him real good, Jimmy. KD9MED.
Yeah, I did. I think he was giving me a 7 or 8. Yeah, but that's what he was identifying. He said he was telling everybody you're 5'9" and NEWRI or new RI. But that's what he got. That's what he was telling everybody that.
Well, the map shows him in southeastern Rhode Island, so he's a lying dog-faced pony soldier. That's a joke. KD9MED.
Okay, Kerry. Thanks for that information. I sure appreciate that. So, okay, we'll see what happens this weekend. I don't know. Maybe when I get home from our monthly repeater association meeting, maybe I'll turn the HF rig on and see what happens. So, thanks, Kerry. Okay, at this time, are there any more stations like checking the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go now. I'll tell you what, I've got a good turnout so far. So far, I've got 19 check-ins, so that ain't bad at all for being on this repeater. So, well, maybe Eric will check in after I close down the net. Hey, I always take late bird check-in, so we'll see what happens. Okay, I'm going to give you a rundown of all the other nets we have in the area. About 25 minutes at 10 o'clock, if you're able to pick up the 443.750 repeater in Chicago. That repeater is located on one of the skyscrapers just around Lincoln Park there. I heard him mention that the other night. But the night watch net will take place at 10 p.m. on that repeater. It's held every night, 7 nights a week at 10 p.m. on the 443.750 repeater in Chicago with PL 114.8 plus offset. If you cannot get into that repeater, they do have EchoLink capability. And don't forget, like Larry, K9HD Repeater, tomorrow night, Saturday evening rag unit will take place at 8 p.m. on the 147.195 repeater in Rockford. You know, 114.8 plus offset. Larry will be net control that night. Also, the Saturday night fun net also takes place at 8 p.m. It's on the 146.910 repeater in Milwaukee. Well, technically that repeater is located in New Berlin, Wisconsin. That has a PL of 127.3 minus offset. You got to check in a certain way, A through G, H through N, and what so on and so forth. Well, I'm just saying that's not exactly right, but I'm just saying that. And some of the topics they talk about, I wouldn't even dream of bringing up on this net. So some of that stuff they talk about is too serious for my liking. We'll put it that way. Okay. Sunday evenings at 7:30 p.m. on the 145.110 repeater in Monroe with the PL 123.0 minus offset. Green County Aries Racing net airs. As Scott K9RFD and another amateur that uses a net control operator. I think Scott ran it this past Sunday. Somebody else will do it this coming Sunday night. It's a combination Aries Races and rag unit, if you know what I mean. The Whiteside County Aries Races group holds this Sunday evening net at 8 p.m. on a 146.850 repeater in Sterling. PL 114.8 minus offset. You shouldn't have any problem getting into that repeater. It says about 300 feet down the air in the Illinois State Police, a Troop 1 and a radio tower. And also at 8 p.m. on the 147.375 repeater in Belvedere with the PL 100.0 minus offset. Big Thunder Amps radio couple. It's Sunday evening net. I was not able to get into that repeater last Sunday at all. We'll see what happens this coming Sunday night.
KC9JCR, K9FLO.
7 p.m. on the 146.610 repeater. The Monday night rah-rah info net is held. Larry, K9KGT, and I share the duties and net control operator. I ran the net this past Monday. He'll run the net this coming Monday.
KC9GCR, K9FLO.
K9FLO. Hello, Dean.
Hi, Jimmy. I thought I'd jump in here quick. I'm going to make it a short visit, but I wanted to say good evening to you and hope everything is going well and hope the rain is done. We've had a lot of rain up here, so everything's going to be more green tomorrow.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Supposed to have another warm day tomorrow, but unfortunately for Mother's Day, the weather is going to be cold. And Kurt KD9MED is not checked in. I went to 195 several times to let everybody know the net was being held here. Of course, he's got tonight was the first rah-rah on-air meeting in a long time at OSF St. Anthony. He might still be at the Jerry's Pizza for their second meeting, too.
Well, that's probably where the real meeting takes place. So, yeah, I understand that for sure. Oh, very good. I get a very early morning breakfast tomorrow morning, so that's why I'm gonna be in and out of here, so I can get prepared for getting up in the morning and all the good type stuff there, Jimmy.
That's good, that's good. We're talking about Mother's Day. Everybody I've talked to said that their mothers have passed away, but I was asking everybody what were they going to be doing for Mother's Day. So, what are you going to be doing Sunday?
I'll tell you what, we were over at Schnucks, and we picked up 8-ounce steaks for $5 today. So, guess what we're going to have on the grill Sunday if it's not raining?
Sounds good. Yeah, bet. Hey, isn't there any way maybe you can move your grill inside your garage or something? You can cook it that way. You don't have to worry about it getting wet.
Well, you know, if that's an issue, I don't have a problem doing it in the oven either. That works just fine, broiled on that there. It's the meat that makes a difference more than I guess the cooking device. But I think Sunday's going to be okay. But that can occur anytime, you know, noon, afternoon, evening. I'm not sure. I didn't catch the forecast for the weekend, other than I think tomorrow it's going to be, well, today was crummy. And we got, oh, by the way, we got an inch of rain here. 1.01 inches of rain, so we're wet. And everything is, I think we're good for the week.
That's good to hear. Tomorrow's supposed to be the good day weather-wise. 77 degrees, they're saying. Sunday's going to be the lousy day. That's a shame, too, it being Mother's Day or what have you. It seems like the past several weeks has been nothing but rain or cold or what have you. But I'll tell you what, I saw the 10-day forecast. Next Sunday, when we have our Grill and Ham Fest or Swap Meet and Social, they're saying that they're calling for the temperatures that day to be mostly sunny and the high by 79 degrees, close to 80 next Sunday.
It sounds good. Yeah, I haven't been following it, so you bet. Well, you know, that's that time. Each day is getting longer, and get enough sunlight out there, and we'll be all right. So far, the year's been, I think pretty close to average. I know we had some 80-degree days there a couple weeks ago, and then it went cold again, and then rain and storms and everything else. But I think we're just about done with all that stuff. Farmers have all, up here anyway, we've got pretty much everything all planted, so they're all set, and they're just out there being real happy about today. Jimmy, I got to jump out of here. Talk to you later. Take care. 7-3s and have a great week. KC9 GCR K9FLO.
Okay, Dean, sounds good. You have a good evening. If Kurt would happen to check in, I'll tell him that you were checked in short time. Have a good evening. We'll talk to you next Friday night. K9 GCR.
7-3, Jimmy, K9FLO.
Okay, do we have any more stations who'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go now.
AI9R.
AI9R, good evening, Tom. What's going on with you?
Making a food run.
Sounds good, sounds good. Did you go to the rah-rah meeting?
No, I did not. I'm not a member anymore.
Oh, okay. We're talking about Mother's Day. I'm asking everybody what were your plans for Mother's Day? What are you going to be doing for your mother?
I'm going to be doing anything. Both our mothers are gone.
Sorry to hear that, Tom. That's what everybody was saying too. My mother passed away the early morning hours of January 1st, 2001. We think she passed away in her sleep. Okay. Massive heart attack. That's what the coroner said. So, okay. I'm going to let you go, Tom Southerly. Have a good evening, and thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net.
Okay, Jiminy. Yeah, I lost my mother in 2015. She was 94.
She lived a long life. My mother lived to be 82 years old. Every day of her life until about the time she passed away, she smoked cigarettes. All right. 7-3, Tom. Talk to you later. K9 GCR.
7-3, Jimmy. God bless. Stay safe over there. Did you get a lot of rain?
Oh, yeah. I don't know how much we got there. Maybe we'll say something on the weather report tonight during the 10 o'clock news.
Sure. Okay. God bless. Stay safe. We'll talk to you later. Hey, Anna.
7-3, K9 GCR. Thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Any more stations want to check the Friday Night Fun Net? Please go now. Okay, continuing on with all the other nets there. Let's see, I did mention the Monday Night Rah-Rah Info Net. The Lee County Aries Races Group holds its Monday evening net at 8 p.m. on the 146.970 repeater in Dixon with a PL 82.5 minus offset. I was able to get into that repeater this past Monday and check into that net. I think Frank, N9JWI, was net control. He knows what I am. He always says, "Hello, young man." He's a great guy. Okay. The immediately following that net at 8:30 p.m. The Kishwaukee Hams Radio Club holds its Monday evening net on the 146.730 repeater in DeKalb with a PL 100.0 minus offset. Let me reset. Tuesday evenings, we got the Tuesday evening Helton Tech net on the 146.610 repeater with Larry at AC9 GO. We asked everybody how they're doing health-wise, and if anybody has any technical questions. At the same time, the Rock County Aries Racing net meets on the 145.450 repeater in Janesville with a PL 123.0 minus offset. And, okay, the guys down in Ogle County just recently started a brand new net. It's called the Ogle County Hams Radio Net. That means every Tuesday evening at 8:30 p.m. on the 147.165 repeater in Oregon with PL 146.2 plus offset. If there is time, they'll switch over to 146.595 simplex for a simplex net. Then they'll come back to the 147.165 repeater at 9 o'clock for the Ogle County Hams Radio net for Harry Skyward. So if you're not doing anything Tuesday evenings at 8:30 p.m., do switch to the 165 repeater and check into that new Ogle County Hams Radio net. Okay. Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. here in Freeport on the 147.390 repeater, PL 114.8 plus offset. We have our weekly Stevenson County Aries net. I'm the net control of that net. At 7:30 p.m. on the 147.120 repeater in Boyd, PL 123.0 plus offset. Greater Boyd Hams Radio Club holds its Wednesday evening net. Then at 8 p.m. here in Freeport on the 147.390 repeater, PL 114.8 plus offset. We have our Wednesday evening swap net. It runs from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. until all traffic is handled. I'm happy to report that Mel, N9RFD arrived, who has spent a few weeks down in Texas along with his wife, Dory, KC9JLA. Arrived home safe and sound today. I talked to them, and let's see. They celebrated the birth of their new granddaughter. They're back home, so Mel K9RFD is the trustee of our 39 repeater. And he brings us amateur radio news line. He'll be rebroadcasting that again starting next week. 15-minute independent news broadcast of old entirety amateur radio. Then, of course, Thursday evenings at 7 p.m. on the 147.195 repeater. Ricky, WX9RLT has the Northern Illinois Skywarn training net. If you missed last night's net, that was a good one. It was a mock training exercise. Everybody gave a sample as to what to report for severe weather. I reported trees and down and all over the place. Everybody reported different scenarios. But that was a good training that we had last night. The Northern Illinois Skywarn training net hosted by Ricky, WX9RLT at 7 p.m. on the 147.195 repeater, immediately following by the Thursday evening health and tech net with yours truly, K9GCR. Now, I want to let you know, the Thursday evening Simplex net with Chad, W9AXD is currently on hiatus. So they're good, but they'll probably pick up that net probably sometime this fall. So that's the situation. There was no net held last night, so that's what's going on with that Simplex net.
Correction, Jimmy, WI9HF.
Go ahead, Chad.
Yeah, we didn't hold the Simplex net last week or yesterday because we had another obligation at the local state blind school on the street. Wanted to go support the kids with their concert, so that's why we didn't have the net. But it's going to start up again this week on the 18th. So last week yesterday, I should say, was the only night we're not going to have it. It's going to continue all summer. So 7 o'clock Thursday evenings, 146.400. So everyone's welcome to show up to that.
Thank you for that information there, Chad. I hope you start getting a good turnout. Well, that's the way it was when we started helping the Saturday evening rag tune in March of last year. We weren't sure whether we were going to have it, put it on a hiatus during the summer months or not, but fortunately we've been had good turnouts for that. That's great. Okay, Chad. Thank you very much for that information. Let's see, what else was I going to mention here? Okay. Let me reset. This is K9GCR, the Friday Night Fun Net on the N9IRA repeater in the Rockford, transmitting from Friday Night Fun Net Central in Freeport. Are there any more stations you'd like to check in? Please call now. Okay, those of you on HF, the senile, and that takes place between 1400 and 1500 hours Zulu on 14.287 megahertz, 20 meters upper sideband with Chuck, KD9MED as your net control station. All right, you're all caught up to date on your local nets. Support your local net control operators, your local nets, and then they're your local repeaters. If you're a member of any ham radio club, by all means, support your local clubs. Do we have any more stations who'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, once again, this net is being live streamed on the internet, and it's also being recorded for future replay on the Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page. Go to Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page, follow the instructions, and you'll be able to hear not only this net after it's posted, but you hear future editions of the net. You hear last week's net, and That's that go all the way back for quite some time. You can listen to the Friday Night Fun Net all day, every day, or all night, every night. Let's say it's 3 o'clock in the morning, you can't sleep. So I think I'm going to turn on the Friday Night Fun Net and listen to that. Maybe I'll go to sleep listening to that. Okay. Then I think we had over 154 people sign up for the Friday Night Fun Net Central Facebook page. There's a lot. You see updated pictures of my ham shack, pertinent information about the net. You'll even see weather information. Also, I want to tell you about the Friday Night Fun Net Central hotline. Area code 815-232-FN-FN, 232-3636, the local Freeport number. You see pictures of it on our Facebook page. The traditional red desktop touchstone telephone. We haven't had any hotline check-ins tonight, but if I'm transmitting into that phone rings, that's a real telephone ring, folks, not that phony baloney cell phone ring. All right, here's the extended forecast. 77 tomorrow, 61 Sunday, 74 Monday, 77 Tuesday. But we're more worried about next Sunday. It's going to be at 79 degrees, close to 80 degrees. That'll be great weather for our Gorilla Ham Fest. Okay, you know what? You know what I gotta do? If I can find it here. What did I do with that? Oh yes. I gotta do the after scold. Okay, here's the after scold. 1. The actor is considerate. He never knowingly uses the air in such a way as to lessen the pleasure of others. 2. The actor is loyal. He offers his loyalty, encouragement, and support to his fellow radio amateurs, his local club, and the American Radio Relay League, to which amateur radio is represented. 3. The amateur is progressive. He keeps the station abreast of science. It is well built and efficient. His operating practices above reproach. 4. The amateur is friendly. So in patience anyone requested, friendly advice and counsel to the beginner, kindly assistance, cooperation, and consideration for the interests of others. These are marks of the amateur spirit. 5. The amateur is balanced. Radio is his hobby. He never allows him to interfere with any of his duties he owes to his home, his job, his school, or his community. And finally, number 6, the amateur is patriotic. His knowledge and his station are always ready for the service of his country and his community. That's the amateur's code. As Tony, K9RFD REC here in Seamson County says, something to live by not only on the radio, but throughout life itself. Okay, do we have any more stations who'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. One moment, please. Okay, now I'm going to do my honorary check-ins. I think it's only right, since we're on the Eric's repeater, that I put him down as an honorary check-in. So I'll tell you what. K9MED. You know what? I think I'm just gonna leave it. He might check in later on, so I'll just, if he doesn't, I'll just put down HG for honorary check-in. It's okay. This is K9GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford, transmitting from Friday Night Fun Net Central here in Freeport. It is now 10 p.m. curfew time. Parents, you know where your children are at. Oswego County Jail is now going on into lockdown. Kerry, K9MED was telling me he listens to the jail frequencies, and every night at 10 p.m. at this time, dispatch calls all the correction officers, lockdown. All the jailbirds are being put to bed for the night. Nighty-night, jailbirds. Lights out. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Okay, do we have any more stations? I'd like to check the Friday Night Fun Net. Please call now.
KD9MED.
Go ahead, Gary.
I solved the mystery. NEWRI stands for Newport County, Rhode Island. Boy, I feel dumb now because it took me so long to figure that out. KD9MED.
Oh, don't worry about Gary. That's the way it goes sometimes. But that's something brand new I never heard before. No, don't feel bad about it. Thank you anyway. We sure appreciate it. Okay, sounds good. Okay, continuing on with okay. N9ARB. Tony, REC here in Stevenson County. HC honorary check-in. N9EAB. Tracy, Inspector App. HC honorary check-in. We mustn't forget the beautiful Kishwaukee River Yacht Club, south of Rockford. A9, Silver Fox. Scott, HC honorary check-in. Somebody should give him a call and ask him if he would like to receive some visitors. Let's see about maybe getting his radio and shack fixed so he can get back on the air. Okay, let me reset. And Justin, A9FDO, HC honorary check-in. And one of the best guys in the whole world. He doesn't check in every Friday night, but he listens every Friday night. Richard, N9ZO in Belvedere. He called me on the phone there yesterday. Wanted to know what George's phone number was. So I gave it to him and what have you. He did not go to the Sandwich Ham Fest because he had come to find out he had cataract surgery. He was afraid that he just didn't want to take any chances of having stuff getting in his eyes. So he didn't go. So, okay. Hopefully he got rid of a lot of those tickets there. Okay. AC9JZ. Mike, AC honorary check-in. W9KLG. Kevin. AC honorary check-in. And you know what? I gotta do this. KD9N. Kurt, HC honorary check-in. Okay? Who else? Oh, WX9RLT. Ricky, HC honorary check-in. We went to that rah-rah meeting. Okay, let's see. Okay, one moment, please. Here, I'm trying to find. Let's see. Oh boy, what did I do with Brad's call sign? It's here somewhere. Oh boy. I'll find it. Okay. Do we have any more stations that want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay. One moment, please. Okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and, let's see. KD9LOA, Brandon and Lena. HC honorary ticket. KD9OVJ. Oh boy, I screwed that up. OVJ. John, HC honorary ticket. Today's his birthday, today. Right now he's on shift at the 11th Ambulance Station in Lena. He's a firefighter EMT. Tonight is his shift. So he's checked in. I'll probably see him tomorrow. He's the vice president of our K9RFD Repeater Association. I'll probably see him at the meeting tomorrow. And let's see. You know what? I'm going to go with N9BLB. Big Dave here in Freeport. HC honorary check-in. Yes, okay, okay. N9WSQ. George HC honorary check-in. Okay. Do we have any more stations who want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Does anybody have any additional questions, comments, or input, or any traffic you'd like to bring before the net? Okay. I want to thank Eric N9MCS and the members of the, let's see, the NIRA group, let's see, N9IRA group for allowing me to use this repeater to host a Friday Night Fun. It's the first time in about a month or so we use this repeater. I'm going to run down the list of stations we've checked in so far. Myself, K9GCR Net Control, AA9VU, Mike in Janesville, K9QPL Paul, KC9DDF, W9JTC Jamie, K9EPCL, N9SBJ Scott, H9NW, Tom, KD9YBG Dave, KD9MED, who's live streaming this net on the internet and recording it for the future replay on Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page. KF9SD, Panborn, Illinois, checked in on the internet. K9RGG Norman Orberville, K9MAP Cary and Robert, K9ICH, W3MBX, K9YI Scott Monroe, WI9HF, Janesville, KB9UBX is better half, K9HKX. Remind us the Saturday evening Ragged Tune Net will take place tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. on the 147390 repeater. K9FLO, Dean Roscoe, AI9R, Tom. N9MCS or honorary check-in until I hear different. My honorary check-ins. N9ARB, Tony, N9CAB, Tracy is better half. AA9 Silver Fox, Scott, beautiful Kishwaukee River Yacht Club, South of Robert. K9FBO, Justin, N9ZO, Richard and Belvedere, H9JZ, Mike, M9KLG, Kevin, K9N, Kurt, WX9RLT, Ricky, K9LOA, Brandon, honorary check-in, K9OBJ, John, honorary check-in, N9DLB, Dave, honorary check-in, the last one certainly not least. N9WSQ, George, our club president, honorary check-in. I'll see him at the K9RFD Repeater Association that meets tomorrow. At 11 a.m. Freeport Public Library. You're not doing anything, people. Come on over and let's pack the place. Do we have any more stations who want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. your sons and daughters, your brothers and sisters, your aunts and uncles, your nieces, your nephews, your grandparents, your in-laws, your neighbors across the street, down the street, and next door. Be sure you tell your butcher, your baker, your counseling maker. Be sure you tell the clerk beyond the checkout counter, your grocery store. Be sure to tell the clerk beyond the counter at your convenience store. Be sure to tell the clerk beyond the counter at your local post office when you buy your stamps, your envelopes, or when tell your bank teller when you go cash your check or what have you. Sure you tell your waiters, your waitresses, and your bartenders at your friendly neighborhood bars, restaurants, taverns, or pubs. Sure you tell your priests, your ministers, your rabbis, your mullahs, your ayatollahs, or your imams. Sure you tell the members of your local PTA or PTO. Be sure you tell your news car dealer, your used car dealer, your garage mechanic. Sure you tell your parole officer, your probation officer, your divorce lawyer. Be sure you tell your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your ex-boyfriends, your ex-girlfriends, your husbands, your wives, your ex-husbands, your ex-wives, your ex-in-laws, and of course your old ladies about Friday Night Fun Day. Make sure you have a valid FCC license before you check in. We do not take check-ins from jailbirds, jammers, potty mouths, crackheads, dopeheads, potheads, telemarketers. If you sit in the clubhouse, taking the ear to clench your fist when the national anthem is being played, we don't take your check-ins. If you don't back the blue, we don't take your check-ins. That's as simple as that. Okay, well, I want to thank everybody for participating in this net. With everybody's mother being gone, maybe I probably won't ask this question again next year. That's the way it goes. Stuff happens. Sure sorry. I still miss my mother, so does everybody else. Okay. I'm trying to think. Okay, it was a very successful net, so with that, this is the last call for any stations who want to check to the Friday Night Fun Net from where we're in the region. With or without traffic, please call K9GCR. Last call for Ratchet Jaw. Okay, this concludes the Friday Night Fun Net for Friday, May 12, 2023. I want to thank everybody for checking in. I want to thank Eric at 9MCS. Eric for allowing us to use this repeater to host the net. Tune in again next week for another edition of the Friday Night Fun Net. Until then, this is Jim K9GCR, now closing down this Friday, May 12, 2023 edition of the Friday Night Fun Net. They return the repeater in the frequency normal amateur radio use at 10:14 p.m. Central Daylight Time. 9 hours, 14 minutes Zulu time with an unofficial count of 35 check-ins. This net is now closed. Repeater is now open for normal amateur radio use. Anybody whose mother is still living, wish you deserves a happy Mother's Day. And 7-3 to everybody. This net is now closed. Repeater is now open for normal amateur radio use. This is K9GCR. Net control of the Friday Night Fun Net will be clear. Wish you all a very pleasant good night. 7-3. K9MED, K9MED, K9GCR. Go ahead and post it, Mike. We had a 2 hour and 14 minute net. Unofficial count of 35 check-ins. Sounds good, Mike. Thanks for all you do. We'll talk to you next Friday night. K9GCR, be clear. Good night.